What does it mean to be dominant? I've played at the highest level. I've received the highest award.
Thank you.
But those things did not make me dominant. On this show, I want to interview people from various backgrounds and careers to see what made them dominant. That's why I decided to partner up with Mission Winnow. Together, we want to promote progress and achievement while sharing real stories of struggle and success. We want to acknowledge the challenges in front of us, but we also want to pivot towards improvement and positivity.
Everything is going to work out.
We are the dominant ones. We dunk on the world. We don't let the world dunk on us.
All right, how y'all feel? I do a little drill moves for you. You know, for me.
Hat on top, cause we think excellent. Frames on straight, cause I see excellent. Dress for success, cause I be excellent. Everything we do, everything we do.
What's up, man? What's
Hey,
up,
family?
What's up, man? Appreciate you coming in. Come on in. The Mosquito. What's up, man? How you doing, man?
Doing great, doing great.
Good, man. Thanks for coming to my home, going to the show. Man, I tell you, you do a lot of fun stuff in our arena, man. The fans really get a big kick out of that. I mean, you make them look embarrassed, too, which is, you have guys falling down.
But they're having fun, though. So
They're
I mean,
having fun.
I'm
They're
not going
having
at
fun,
them too hard, so
Yeah.
I feel like we having a great time at the show.
Oh, they are. They're having a great time. Which brings me to my next question here. When did you knew that you wanted to play basketball? Because, you know, you were smaller than most,
Yes.
right? And so the little guy always seemed like they have the hardest time. And for you to, you know, break in there with the Giants and be a dominant force, man, that takes a lot of work and willpower. So how did that start for you?
For me, the first time I picked up a ball, I was 3 years old, Christmas. And that's the only thing I played with on Christmas. Full couch.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I played was a ball. And now I feel like I was in love with it since then. But when I got to a level of playing football, baseball, and all these sports, I feel like I still was thinking about basketball the whole time. I might do a juke move in football, but I'm thinking about a crossover. I might do a spin move. I'm still thinking about a basketball move every sport. So I feel like this is a sport I love doing. I don't care what they say. I can win. I've always been a winner. I win 80% of my games, I feel like. So I can do this. I love it.
Well, you know, most young guys that I've talked to, small guys who've played basketball, all of these little guys have the same answer when I ask them how tough it was for them. Because they had to work twice as hard as guys who were bigger to prove them wrong, to prove that you belong. So it takes a toughness that, man, you can't teach. That's got to be embedded in you. Like I played with Spud Webb.
There you go. That's
there was another guy.
that's
You might have been
motivated.
taller than Spud. I don't know. He
That's
was a
what's
little guy,
up.
but just tough kid. But I knew it from his personality, how he grew up. He had to be that way. And you know, he was at one point the shortest guy in the NBA. Yeah. And so for you to see what you're doing in basketball and able to thrive, it takes an unbelievable attitude to do that.
Appreciate it. Like Spud and Muggsy Bogues, like that group is the true point guard way. Because the old school style, you have a point guard, he should feed the team. He wasn't doing a lot of scoring unless he had to. So my mindset was being on that because my dad is old school. So I didn't care about scoring. I know I can get a layup in a 3 1/4 and average 20. I knew that already. So I feel like if everybody on my team did what they part, we gonna always win.
You know, the great Lou Hudson told me one thing, and he asked me my first year in the NBA. He said, "Young man, why are you working so hard to score?" I'm like, "No, I don't know. That's who I am." He said, "Look at the game like this. If you get 3 buckets a quarter, how many points is that?" I said, 24. He said, "You hadn't shot free throws yet."
There you go.
He said, "So don't work so hard trying to kill yourself before the fourth quarter. You know, pace yourself. Always play hard, but pace yourself. Don't work so hard to score." And so you had to find ways to be successful. And as a smaller guy, it's even twofold because you have to work that much harder to prove to the bigger guys that you belong. So when did you know that you kind of had a talent where you can play with the big boys?
See, my brother was 3 years older than me, Recipe Tay. He was 3 years older than me, so I'm already smaller than kids my age, period. So I'm playing with the bigger guys. So we playing 21, you have to get your own rebound. So I learned how to sneak up behind people, steal the ball just off that. So my mindset for me is like, I'm always figure a situation out and strategize, because at the end of the day, it's a game. So you got to learn how to strategize. So for me, I just felt like I'm always overcome any obstacle if I understand the situation.
When did you know you was pretty good?
Last time I double dribble, I played on 269 on the team at Ben Hill. I know you know about Ben Hill, right?
Ben Hill very well.
So
very
the
well.
rubber floor. I know you know about the rubber floor up there.
If you can play on that floor, you can play on any
There you
floor.
go. So so I played for Ben Hill Tiger. I played on 2 teams. I'll play one game, win, take that jersey off, put another jersey on. And I knew I was great then because I was doubling. I had a coach tell me, D, you don't have to, dribble the ball, pick it up sometime and run. My dad was like, no, get your fastest player and get him next to him and let him dribble and he run, see who win. So I dribble my right hand down, dribble my left hand back, still beat him running. Cause I still was the fastest person, so like why make him do something that he don't need to be doing?
But
He get better.
But you can never teach speed. Never teach speed. Can never teach size.
There you go.
You can harness it, you can develop it, but you can't teach it.
Yeah.
And so that's a God-given gift.
Appreciate you.
And so to see some of the things that you've done over the years, man, it's pretty special because you entertain people. And that's what our sport is all about, entertainment.
entertainment.
And so if you can entertain people, you keep their attention. And so when I'm watching a guy like yourself, and I'm watching a guy like Spud Webb and guys like you to really have to excel at this sport, at this level, it takes a lot of preparation. And to do what you do as far as dribbling the ball, I mean, that doesn't happen by accident.
It don't.
It's a lot of mental work, a lot of practice. And you always hear this term, practice makes perfect.
Perfect.
But you know what really is perfect practice make perfect.
There you go.
Because what you do, you limit your mistakes out there on
You
the floor.
learn bad habits by doing bad stuff. So
Right.
when you do stuff you used to, like for me, I train a certain way because they talk about shooting, muscle memory. So what they say about defense and dribbling, you have to do a lot of dribbling drills. You have to do a lot of defense to build that muscle memory up too, to understand how to move. So for me, I do the same thing.
So when you knew that you belonged in this league as far as playing basketball on a collegiate level as well as high school, and I know you hadn't had the opportunity to play on a professional
Yeah,
level,
like I
but you're
want
still able to do things that you enjoy in basketball. So when you knew you was as good as anybody else?
I grew up playing with Dwight Howard, like tending on the team, like Tony Douglas, Josh Smith, like we all was on the same team, Lou Will, like we all played together growing up. So I never had
You're a lot older than you're telling me.
Yeah,
right?
I just turned 34, man. You know what I mean? So I just been around. I just keep myself young.
You
I
look
mean,
very young, man.
Loose
You
still in the
really
game.
do.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to keep myself positive at the end of the day. Like I'm doing my end on my part, motivating people who's not in the league and keeping them motivating their kids, and just people that love the game. I got people just getting in shape just because they out of shape. Like, I watch your videos all the time. I'm finna get in the gym, and they be getting in the gym. So that's just motivation right there on that part.
Most scorers love to play with a guard who can push it.
There you go.
Can get that ball where you don't have to work hard. You can make life easier just by running the floor.
I never had a problem with no teammates saying that they never want to play with me. That's the only thing that get on my nerves sometimes. Like I haven't been on a team like I want to, but everybody love playing.
I didn't want
with
to play with a slow guard, point guard, because
And I'm gonna pass it every
I was a
time.
runner, and so to have someone who can run with you, and that's what made Doc Rivers and Spud Webb so special. When I played with those guys, man, they love to
make
get
you
out
wanna
and
play,
run.
though.
They make you want to
Make
play,
you wanna play.
and they helped make me who I became because they helped put me in
All that
successful
stuff.
situations.
Yeah.
So
The Rondo effect, I call it,
exactly.
because when I was in high school, I won 2 state championships. And the way I saw it, my coach knew that if I score a lot, we're not going to win. We are lost by doing that with another kid. So for you, D, I know you have a special talent of passing and making sure even that person who don't post a score, he probably will hit this 3 this time just because the way you passed and gave it to him.
because you're giving it to them in rhythm.
In rhythm, and he know it's coming. It's not like a surprise. Like, oh,
Exactly.
thank you, D. So
Exactly.
Mosquito, people. I got you right here.
As far as setbacks, again, a guy who's your size trying to break in a league of giants, what were some of the setbacks that almost make you say to yourself, you know what, maybe I need to do something else in my life.
Okay, we can start. I'm trying to see. We can start it. When I went to Jacksonville State, played 4 years there. Actually was top 10 in assists and assist turnover ratio and all that type of stuff. So I was doing great. So I come out figuring that I know everybody in Atlanta, that I could probably find an agent, go somewhere, but it didn't go that way. So I was in like a dark place. I was just chilling and just stressing out, losing hair a little bit and everything. And I got a call from a old coach of mine. I used to train his son at Dwight Howard summer camp. I used to go to his camp and help out with the kids and stuff. So he remembered me from that, and he used to come to my college games too as well. So he was like, D, I don't know what you're doing right now, but I need you. I got a coaching job at Mount Pisgah. So come on, I don't know what you got on your mind, but I need you here with me right now. So I went and coached at Mount Pisgah. It was a Christian school. They only won 4 games in 4 years.
Wow, that wasn't very good, huh?
Wasn't good. I got there, when I got there, they won 12 games, made it to the second round of the state. But it's the energy level.
Wow, that's big.
And they the one made me go back out and pursue basketball. They were like, Coach D, you don't need to be with us, because I practice with the kids. I'm in the 2-3 zone. We freezing stuff. We doing everything. I'm in here teaching them, really showing experience. And when you see stuff, you can learn it. So I'm out here, not like other coaches. I'm out here on the floor showing them stuff, so they learn it.
See, a lot of coaches don't know how to take what they have in players and get the best out of them.
That's what I was trying
Put
to
them
do.
in situations where they can slow it down a little bit. Slow the game down, depending on who you're playing. Slow the game down a little bit and make them play your style of basketball.
My style of basketball, but where they can understand it themselves. Because now I got kids hitting threes in the corner, like they knowing shots coming, they feeling each other. Like it's just a different vibe now. So that was a great feeling. But trying to go back out and pursue a dream, and ended up going to Paris for the K54. Everybody loved me out there. I met Chris Paul for the first time, so he followed me back on Twitter. It was just like a great experience. But it was like, I'm still not getting nowhere. Like, I'm getting, recognized, but like, what's going on type deal. So I ended up getting, when I got back home that year, like it was like 3 days from that Paris trip, I was just chilling, just resting up from, traveling. You know how they go when you travel. So Ball Up came in town. It's a street ball team. I'm like, yes, I go. I mean, it's a trial. I mean, it's open. I was just going to the gym anyway. And they said it's a trial in there. I'm like, all right, cool. End up trying out, earning my name, the Mosquito, through Duke Tango, who named all the street ball players. So that's just like a dream come true, because I always dreamed of being a street ball player, earning a street ball name and playing in the league. It was like a dream come true, because all y'all did, y'all go play at Rucker Park, y'all go play at different places.
Yeah.
So
I played street ball in my whole
growing
young
up,
life, and
so
I played in some of the greatest street ball guys. When you talk about authentic street ball guys, if you couldn't play street ball, you couldn't
can't play
anywhere.
basketball.
I mean, you never got picked. And so playing street ball taught me a lot about myself, taught me a lot about respect and character, in which is real street ball. That's what it teaches you. And so I learned a lot from that. So when I came into high school, it was easy. Because I've already played with some of the best players. I played with grown men when I was young. So going to high school in North Carolina, we went 76-1 in 3 years.
Nasty.
It was a heck of a run, but it just taught me about respect. So if you have to go back and do some things differently, what are those things? What would you do to kind of change, how you looked at basketball?
For me, I don't know. I just wish, I think if my story came out with Ball Up, right? Because the first year I tried out for him, I earned my name. So I feel like that story would just push more motivation. But I think college, if I just had an agent, just to get in the trial. If you just see me, like you said, you just see me, you would fall in love, or you would see something for me. But I was trying out everything, but wasn't no agent. It was just me, my dad paying for trials or pushing me traveling. That was all me. But when you got somebody representing you, it's just different. Yeah. It's a different level.
You have somebody to talk for. You have someone to push you and
market you. So
when you're trying to do it yourself, it's hard.
It just don't look professional.
Yeah. It's not professional, and people a lot of times don't take you serious.
Especially back then. Back then, wasn't no social media. Now it's like social media. You can almost just use that sometimes, just brand some stuff. So.
That's a different time.
Different
but
time.
you're doing some great things now.
Thank you.
Fun thing, you're still involved with basketball.
Yes.
You're connected with the Hawks and stuff like that. So it's really good to see you there. A lot of times when we broadcast the game, I'm always looking out, seeing who's
trying to see who's showing up.
See what's going on. And I see people wearing my jersey, and you making them look bad. Well, I don't like that part.
All good.
Because they wearing my jersey.
It's all good.
But it's all good. But man, if there is any person that I know that has to have a dominant attitude and trying to make it a certain place in life is a guy like yourself, because
Appreciate it.
the odds are already stacked against you. In your opinion, what does having that dominant attitude mean to you?
To me, just overcoming any obstacle, like, and doing it your way, and and not really being mad about the situation, if it's a win or loss, and just learn from it, because everything is a learning lesson. Because it been plenty of things in life that I learned from, and then I end up winning. Because it was a game, it might be a game I lost by this one possession, but I learned that game in the playoffs, and I won because of that one possession during the regular season. So I learned that from basketball. Like, some things happen. You gotta learn from it, though. If you
Well,
don't learn
setbacks is a part of our life. It's a part of what we do to be successful. And if you haven't had failures in your life, you haven't really lived. And I look at that. The real mark of a person is the failures or setbacks that they went through. And real leaders lead because they've been through those types of setbacks and struggles in life. So, and I was saying earlier that things happen for a reason. And if you can stay the course, and I always say weather the storm.
Weather the storm.
Weather the storm. You can accomplish anything, man. So I wish you the best, and I appreciate you coming out. And it's just been a pleasure knowing you over the years, man. I didn't know you played with Josh Smith and Dwight Howard and those guys. So you played with some legitimate players.
My dad played with his dad, Pete. So
I played against Pete.
So my dad, I'm gonna tell you the story. My dad actually said, "You and Sedale 3, he used to drop y'all off at Ben Hill sometimes."
That's right. I didn't have a car then.
See, so you and Sedale 3, he used to drop y'all off at Ben Hill.
I didn't have any money then.
You were like 17 or something like that.
I was a youngster.
Just show you how small basketball do. It's like a community once in a while.
Well, it's a large family. A large family. But again, man, thanks, man.
Thank
I
you so much.
appreciate you, man.
Yep.
That's what the Dominant Ones is all about, guys.